Well, bread is one of the major staple food that we consume in this part of the world. And if those who produce this staple food are now threatening, all right, to close business for whatever reason, we may not know, but we want to find out why, and that's why we have a major stakeholder in that sector. Benjamin Agbonze is with me in the studio. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so at this point in time where a lot of persons are complaining that the economy is biting hard, people can't even afford to get even the staple food, bread itself, and you people that are the ones producing this stuff are now planning to shut down. Why exactly are you planning, or is it just a threat, or you really mean business? Are you really planning to go on strike?
We are not threatening anybody. We are not threatening any society.
Okay.
By the grace of God, we are on the private sector. And for us to think that we are withdrawing our service, you should know how serious that one is.
You should let us know.
How serious that one is, because we are not on government payroll.
Okay.
We work every day to earn our living.
So
the situation should get to this stage that we are saying that we don't want to work again. It tells you that we are no longer making profit.
Okay.
The heat is too much on us. We can no longer pay staff.
Okay.
So many bakeries are shutting down nationwide.
Okay.
Nationwide. All these things is as a result of incessant increase in the baking materials on a regular basis.
Okay.
Even when this national body send us this circular, after then, just this last week Friday, on the 1st,
okay,
the flour millers, they add another money to flour. It's like the more you look, the less you see. The issue now is we can no longer increase the price of bread. You cannot just say you are packing the bulk to the consumer.
Okay.
Just coming, then you are packing it. Just coming, you are shifting. Just coming, you are shifting it.
Yeah.
How long will we continue to shift these things? What we are saying that the government should come and intervene in all these things. The federal government.
So how exactly can the government come in and intervene?
Yes. The government is the owner of the economy.
Okay.
The government is the owner of the economy. The issue is this. They should intervene in the tariffs of all these raw materials. One.
Okay.
Let's just look at now diesel. Diesel, a liter of diesel now is between 850 thereabout and between 850 and 900. Last week when I went to go and buy diesel, I moved from one filling station to the other. I could not get it less than 850 naira per a liter.
Okay.
You don't have light. There are some of our equipment, you power it with diesel, then you have to power generator and power the equipment. Like the rotary oven, for example.
Okay.
And another thing is this. There is a committee that was set up by federal government on growing of wheat. Our national president is a member of that committee. Okay. Since last year till date, the committee has been constituted. It has not been inaugurated. So what is the government waiting for?
Are your members not speaking out to that effect? I mean,
as we speak, our national executive, most of the time, they spend all their time in Abuja, moving from one office to the other, either from the Accountant General, the CBN, to Senate, to Minister of Trade and Investment. Just for them to do the needful so that we can even cultivate this wheat locally here. We can't do it here. The issue is this. A committee, the federal government in their own wisdom set up this committee. Why not inaugurate the committee and allow them go out to do this work?
All right. Okay. There are some persons who have also said that over time, the master bakers have also been found guilty of increasing the price of the staple food, bread, on a regular basis, even when it seems as though the price of materials are a little bit on a stable side.
Whoever that is saying that one is very far from the truth. Let me tell you that at a time, the price of flour was increasing every week.
So as it increased, you also increase.
I'm telling you, we cannot increase bread every week. The last time we increased bread, now we were also in ITV here in Man Around Town. That was October last year.
Okay.
That was October last year. And then flour was being sold at the price of 17,000. We were crying because it rises from about 6,000 naira, 6,500 naira. When it now hits 17,000, we have to adjust. But at that time, we can no longer break even. We can no longer break even. We have to sensitize the public that we want to add to bread. And funny enough, when we came here that day, the man that was anchoring the program asked us, how much do we want to add now? We not tell him, look at what we want to say. Say, we're already buying this bread for this price for a very long time. But we, the producer, we have not had the money. There are so many break on the road, middlemen. They catch up with the happening in the society that things are very costly, okay. They can add without the bakers adding the money. Okay. And we bear the brunt. We buy the raw material, we convert it to bread.
Okay, does that not, is that not an indictment on your part? I mean, if some persons are out there, just increasing price of the commodity abruptly without your consent.
The bakers are not price controllers. We control our member, we tell our member what to sell. You can come and buy from me.
Yes, but are you people not also benefiting from the fact that we are in a system where price control is not very, very effective? I mean, if any even exists.
If we are benefiting from it, we will not cry out now that we want
is that not the reason why you also increase your price at will?
Okay, let me tell us. When a price of flour bag of 50 kg that started with 6,500 is 17,000. You still expect us to sell at what we were selling when we were buying 6,500? Is that what you are telling me? Is that what you are saying?
Okay.
To be in business, is it not to make profit? Is it not to pay your workers?
And also at the detriment of the consumers.
Well, that is why the government is why we are calling on the government now to come in. We can no longer increase the price of bread because there are alternatives to bread. And once we increase and there are alternatives, people want to go out for them, and they are sending us out of business. And let me tell us that bakery is one of the major employers of labor in this country. We have more than, even in this state, we have more than 2,000 bakeries. And there's no bakery that employ less than 10 workers. 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 workers, as the case may be. And so many bakeries are closing down. I can name them to you.
Okay. All right. With the ongoing war in between Russia and Ukraine, some persons say, okay, that is also playing a major role.
Seriously.
Okay. So if the war persists, all right, and now you want government to do something, which of course, if government is even going to do anything, is not something that will happen immediately.
That's the country.
So where does that leave the consumers?
Where we are not coming to government because every one of us, both ITV, we have regulators, isn't it? That is why government need to come in their own wisdom. Okay. They need what to do. They know what to do. The thing is that in a sector where you don't know, that is why there are so many advisors to government, isn't it? Economic advisors on different matters. You know what to do at some certain things, at least to cushion the effect of hardship. War in Ukraine, by the grace of God, Nigeria is so blessed. We have good land, we have good weather. The thing is that what has caused all these things is that we don't plan ahead. We don't plan ahead. A country come to 9 for year to pick seedlings of oil. Today they are the world best, world higher producer of palm oil. But whereas our own, we are closing it down. What are we really doing? We can produce wheat here. If we produce wheat here, all this problem we have, whether there is war in Ukraine or the war in Ukraine, it will not affect us producing cassava. I can go to my father's land there and dig and produce cassava and bring it out. Even if I don't want to say, I can produce for myself to consume, isn't it? The thing is that once we like now, the rubber bag is, thank God, it's not only a bakery that uses cellophane. It cut across all stratas of society. People that use cellophane. How much do you buy cellophane now to tie bread? Cellophane to tie bread. Okay. The problem, my brother, is not just only on flour. Yeah. It's not only on sugar, salt. You just name it. Just name it.
Okay, just before I let you go, I want to ask you this question. Now, the national body, according to a report that came through, say the strike is bid for 13th, if I'm correct?
Yeah, we are 13th? Withdrawing our service.
13th of July?
Yes.
Okay, so...
but I'm still waiting for further directives from my national president.
Okay, so we are not praying that happens.
By the grace of God, that is what we are also praying for.
Yes, we are not praying that. But if that happens and eventually you embark on your strike, and just like you have seen the kind of attitude that government is showing to the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU. Today is already 147 days that students have been at home, lecturers have been at home. If government also shows the same attitude, are you telling us that, okay, if you now decide to make up your mind, it's okay, you want to call off the strike, are we seeing a situation where you'll be forced to increase price of bread again?
Well, as it stands now, we just hope that it doesn't hold. I'm still waiting for for directives from my national president.
Okay.
And if there is a counter directive that we should stop the withdrawal of service, so be it. But if there is not, we'll go on it. It's just for the first 2 weeks. Okay. And during that week, there's going to be consultations. And when we see that the government is insensitive and they are not ready to hear us, then we have to think of plan B on what to do.
Will you increase the price of bread?
That one, I will have to listen to the directive from the national president.
You can't tell us
that. The issue is that for us to remain in business, there must be at least a margin of profit. So
you are telling us you will increase the price of bread?
If the raw material continue to increase and government is not doing anything about it, the general public the bakers will have no option than to work in the way that they will make profit. There's a popular adage, even our mother in the village do say, it is how you buy, that is how you sell. In our local palace, then I are there, here. Okay. That is in our local palace. But this thing has become it's becoming too much. Because bread, if you go outside there now, people along the road, those people that stay on their workplace, that hold their shovel, you see them holding a loaf of bread on their hand. It's the quickest food you can get it, even without adding anything, you can start eating it and get water you drink, you are satisfied for the day. That is why we are saying, how can we continue to deny people of this staple food? It is not good. It is not good. It is not good.
Okay. Mr. Benjamin Agbonze there. Well, we hope that these threats will not come to reality anyway.
We are just hoping same. We are praying same. Because even if we shut down now, for the period we are shutting down, we are going to pay our staffs. We are not any profit. It's all like ISU that you just cited just now. For the period that they have shut down, they are going to receive their salary. That is what they are asking for. It's even one of the major points now that for the past 5 months we have not been paid. I heard the president of ASU national president clearly when they came to Ekpoma over the week for a protest that they have not been paid for so thing. If you want us to resume, first of all, you have to pay our workers. You have to do this. You have to do. But for us, if we shut down now, nobody we are going to call on to pay us for the period that we shut down. We are not even willing to shut down. But the situation is making us to do the needful. That is just it.
Thank you for joining us on the show this morning.
Thank you very much.
Well, the program will continue shortly. Please stay with us.